What's good, family, people, brothers and sisters? We're back with a little short video, and that's just because I felt like I have been lacking my content recently, but I think that's because I just want to pick up the quality with what I can do with my potential. But yeah, obviously I've been sorting out a lot of stuff for my own personal life and what I'm trying to build in this community, because to be honest, I feel like the brand, it's like hard to explain, right? Like I feel like the brand has been doing good from what obviously getting recognition, products and stuff, but that's what I felt like I lacked. I felt like I lacked building the actual community, the purpose behind it, even though it's very simple to just see what the brand means through its name. That's low-key why I changed the name, but I don't feel like the brand really resonates that through its content or the purpose behind the name. So I just feel like, because I've been building this for a minute, and I just felt like this is something here in where I do my work, where I call home. Basically, this is my home, but this area is where I call home, where I create, design, where my ideas come to life. So I feel like I've added a new addition to this office, and yeah, it's just giving me appreciation of my motivation, work, efforts, and consistency. Even though I don't feel like I'm consistent as I can be, I just know that this is an indication for me to keep going and never stop, but yeah, just wanted to show you guys as an indication that just put your effort in. And it's not nothing big, there's heaps of people that have, and you never want to compare yourself to no one, but I just feel like this is an accomplishment for myself, even though I don't feel like it's a major accomplishment. I still appreciate the minor accomplishments, which you should do yourself. So yeah, I'll show you real quick, but I don't want to peek nothing like, what I mean. My bad, I'm feeling a bit nervous, but anyway. Basically, last week Thursday, I was just Thursday or Friday, I wanted to just appreciate this a bit more. This is where I do my work. But yeah, it's my setup. Just got a new laptop, by the way. It's I don't even know what it is. Is that special to me? It's Apple laptop. It just got a new one because obviously I'm going to college. I need to make sure I got everything set, everything's proper. I had this one. This is the HP. I don't know which one it is. I'm not really specific with what I get, as long as it works. And yeah, it's been battered, cracked, as you guys can see in the past videos. But yeah, this is just my setup, you know what I mean? Got the screens here from my parents' old jobs. They, well, I keep it, so I was blessed with just using it, because this realistically is in my office, It's where my family, when they do want to do work at home, because they always working, this is where they work, So I've just done my little thing here. I got my gear here. This is where I keep all my stuff. And then yeah, so clean this all up. It's not really just cleaned it, just organized it. Go to my gear from when I trained there. Got just creativity. It's just some creativity here. But yeah, I cleaned it up because I added something to the office that I feel like just makes me feel more like an aesthetic. You know what I mean, chat? Like an aesthetic where I appreciate how far I've came, how much stuff I've created. And yeah, let's just go straight to the chase. It's It's I'll just basically, we've added our first rack of storage. You might think, oh, what, that's not even that, but realistically is you know me, like I've been very conscious about how much I sell. If I sell it, is this gonna be, because you know, I always thought, wow, like, but I'm at to the point where my brand is at a place where I feel like it's time to expand the brand and think, okay, instead of being so exclusive, how can I expand my brand bigger so that more people can recognize it, you know, for its community. So basically I break it down. On Friday I bought a shelf so I could put all my stuff, because I had all my stock and all my, you know, this model shoes and stuff. I had all of that, you know, just everywhere. Like I just needed to organize it, feel more proper, you know, especially when I leave as well, make sure it's all organized. So basically stocked up on poly mailer bags, you know, got my measuring tape here, got my stickers, all that stuff to make, you know, you guys feel like it's proper. Got my, you know what I mean? No, this is not promo. This is just my, got this recently. Was used, like I didn't even have my label printer, you know what I mean? Didn't even have my label printer. I was just using someone else's that I knew of. Appreciate that. That's where I did all my label printing before I even knew that person had a label printer. I was writing, you know, I was writing all the details on the poly mailer bags, you know, doing the bare, and then obviously used their label printer. Appreciated them for that. That's where all the label prints that you guys got on your orders and stuff, that was them. So I appreciate them for that as well. And then, you know, business been doing good, so we got our own we got our own label printer, and then the label the prints where you use that. Yeah. We had some people come into the office, obviously, you know, I always got family coming over, or some people interested in the brand. You know, my brother cuts hair here as well, so whenever they want to, you know, see, oh, what do you have new, or what do you have that no one's really been able to get recently, you know, they're always trying things on. So this is the OG skull cap, For the Future's first skull cap, and then we got the OG Obsessed red and blue pills, you know what I mean? So that's about it. And then we got, what you know about this? I'm not even gonna mention what this is. But if you know, you know what this is. So got the whites, the labels from the very first drop this year. We've got the Love Hearted tees. Still got quite a few Love Hearted tees. I do want to keep restocking these. I will mention you and give you an update on what I'm gonna do for these two, and the Watch Your Back crop tee. But the Watch Your Back crop tee, that sold out crazy. So we don't have none of that. That was sold out quick. We didn't sell out of these, so as you can see, we still got a few left. If you guys want to try that on, come over, or whatever it is. The store on the site if you want to cop, but we do want to stock these back again when it's summer. I'll let you know if we're going to do something similar for the winter or the end of winter, because winter in Brisbane's already up. So yeah, that's about it. What's in here? Shit, nothing. Just a box, maybe for when I want to bring some other sneakers. Maybe we should put these Noctas in there. Might put the Noctas in there, but that'll stay there. That's for the modeling, for the models that want to wear some sneakers that aren't theirs, or anything like that, for when we do shoots, video shoots. Got them here, so y'all want to check that out. That's all there. Before I did all of this, you know what I was doing, I was reselling sneakers, clothes. So yeah. Oh, we got the new batch from the new drop coming. This, we already told you about this. You haven't watched my videos, go check them out. But basically, it's the new Scullies that we got coming in. They came in, they already dropped, you know what I mean? Sports Scullies. We wanted to drop that straight away. We didn't want to wait. So got that batch right there. We got more batches coming in soon. We do want to sell these, heaps of these. This gonna be restocking, like this ain't never gonna sell out. We just want these products to be a core product of the brand, you know, something that we're known for as well. And we're like, I will show you my face of this, but hold up. That's about it though. We'll come back to this. Nah, but this is it. This is what I wanted to show you. this is the motivation where I wanted to give you. You know, we finally got our first rack of all our stuff. Wanted to keep it organized from when business is going and stuff, you know, like packing orders, it's all like up there, you know, all the stuff, we just grab it and put it in there, you know what I mean? Well, all the stuff for when we go on the shoots, we got everything already in place. So yeah, this is just an appreciation of how far I've came, even though I feel like it's a minor achievement, just a little achievement, I still appreciate it. And that's what I want you guys to do as well. When you got anything that you achieve, appreciate it, you know what I mean? But that's about it. But that's what I want you guys to take into account from this video. This took like this, right? Even though it wasn't something that I had, you know, planned for myself to do, myself to get for myself, for the brand, it's an achievement at the end of the day. And this wasn't something that I was planning on achieving, like okay, I need to do this quick. This took me it took me 3 years for me to get my first rack, everything organized, multiple products. You know, it's surreal for me to actually think about it. I built this, spent my time on Friday by myself, building this up. You know, I had some friends, some mates coming over to get a haircut, and place was a mess because I was just, you know, like building it and all that stuff. But it took me into an account in my head when I realized, damn, this is how far I've actually came. I've got multiple products, you know, I've got stock, you know. Now that I think about it, why would I want to run out of stock? I want to keep selling and giving to you guys, obviously with an exclusive, intention behind it, which is kind of where I see why I've got not much, you know, stock left, which I do intend on kind of doing for heaps of products. But, you know, I want to build another purpose behind. I want to build the actual purpose behind this. And this is a clear indication of my aesthetic, you know, being organized, clean, simplistic, you know. Although I want to do some real, you know, crazy stuff, simplistic is something that I feel like is definitely the core of the brand, you know. There's not much going on in lots of my products, you know. There's probably just a Love Hearted tee, which was very different, I feel like. You know, the hot pink and the skull caps, just a little woven tags as well. I feel like that's something that is very unique, you know, that I feel like we'll keep in the brand. It's also going to be in the core of the community and the brand. But I feel like it's appreciation that we need to include more, you know, within exclusive. Damn, my English is bad. Exclusivity. Shit, I can't even say the word. You know, and exclusiveness, simplicity, you know, restocking, all of it, man. Gotta appreciate it all. But yeah, you just gotta keep pushing and doing it for the future. You know, what's your purpose? What's your meaning behind your intentions behind what you want, what you need? Like, do you want it or do you need it? Like, there's a difference, you know what I mean? And when I built this brand, there was something I feel like that was missing in my life. And I felt like, well, if I'm missing in my life, there's definitely hundreds and thousands and millions of other people out there that might not even realize that that's missing out of their life. And it just being an indication of doing this, creating this, bonding other people to connect and realize and participate in similar activities that can help them reach what they think they're missing. That's what I want to build. That's what I need to show the people, what I need to show the world. You know, it's part of God's work, God's willing, you know. So even though it's behind just streetwear, something that, you know, I admired growing up my whole life, growing up being a kid, teenager, you know, something I feel like I always loved. I feel like it's always good to appreciate that through style, you know, the purpose and need behind why are you doing this in your life? Why are you trying to be so disciplined? Why are you always working out? Why are you always, you know, showing who you are through your appearance? You know, why are you spending money on shoes? Like, why are you training? You know, like all this I feel like is connected, and I feel like connecting it and demonstrating it to the world that, you know, there's connections in everything. I feel like is God's art, you know. It's art. I feel like it's we're all artists in our own way, no matter if it's legit boring and simple. Like, you know what, scrap boring. I don't even think boring exists. Boring is just an indication from a person that they don't understand the meaning behind why they're doing something that way, whether they think it's boring or not, you know? So, like, let me grab shoes. Let me grab the modeling shoe. This is how my brain works, by the way, chat. This is how my brain works. We got 2 white shoes, both from Nike. 2 probably different designers. Obviously, one was made a long time ago and one was made recently, let's say 2-3 years ago. All right, so we've got the Air Force One, simple, one color, got 1 tag on it, simplistic, right? Some might say it's boring, some might say it's clean because it's simple, right? It's just a different point of view. And then we've got the Noctis, right? White color, white's the main color, but we've got the black and white, you know, stripes going around it, and then we've got the yellow out on the outsole. It's different, right? People would say it's crazy. People say, what's this? Like, why is there so much going on? Some may say it's different. I want to wear this, you know, like, it's not simplistic, but you can style it. Now, this is different, right? There's always 2. Ain't none of it boring. None of it boring. You know, I might just be waffling now, chat, but for real, it all connects, right? All connects. I feel like streetwear is just a very easy way for people, not even streetwear, but just clothes in general, you know, what you wear. It's just a connection to every simple thing. Every single thing is a connection to. But yeah, chat, that's about it. I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know if I'm gonna put this on my main channel, cause y'all don't even know I got no channel. But I want to be posting on there secretly. I don't want no one knowing. I just want to post on there. That it. You guys find it. You guys won't find it. That's gonna be there. I'm not gonna upload this, but I'm gonna cut it up, and then I might upload it. Who knows? But yeah, this is an appreciation post. Ciao. We out.